Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucas. Today is Sunday, January 12th. We just got a couple inches of snow. We're halfway through kind of the off season here. We're approaching halfway, and I got to start figuring out how I'm going to streamline this process of getting the E46 M3 done and having the LS motor and everything in it, hopefully by like the end of March. So we got about 2.5 months to really buckle down, crunch the numbers, and figure out what are the most important things that will get me out on track. So this video is gonna be talking a bit about that, and also probably some shots over the next few days of us getting some of those things done. So if you like the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and always thanks for watching. Okay, so this is what I've been able to gather from right now. This is all I can think. I'm sure there's way more, but for right now, this is what needs to immediately get done in order to get this thing going as quick as possible. Obvious stuff: engine mounts, trans mounts, clutch and flywheel. I'm gonna need a hydraulic throwout bearing. I'm gonna need a gas pedal out of an M54 car because this car had throttle by wire instead of throttle by cable. Radiator, shifter, all the related stuff. I do have a shifter from the C4 Corvette, or maybe even C3, I'm not sure. 74, I think 74 is C3. Either way, I don't think it's gonna work for my application. At the very least, I have to create a new mount that will just isolate it to the Muncie and not have any mounting on the chassis. Additionally, steering shaft needs to be slimmed down to fit headers for this swap. Exhaust, that'll be easy. And then drive shaft. I've never had a drive shaft made before, so that'll be something new. On the inside, roll cage, harnesses, bucket seats is already done, quick release, and a fire extinguisher. Things to fix: the frame rail, I'll show you, has a little bit of damage. The headlights, they were wonky when I tried to get them going, and the windshield has a crack in it. You can see up in there. So regardless, it's not too much stuff, but it's definitely enough to keep me busy and enough to be draining my wallet for the next 8 weeks. So I got to put a list together of all the parts that I need to be ordering, and we need to get that going as soon as possible. One thing that I want to show is that I started mocking up the cage with this PVC pipe. I'll pull it out of here and show y'all. As you can see, I bent this hoop up. It is not perfect by any means. In fact, it crumpled in the corners and didn't necessarily get the radiuses perfectly even. But for the most part, what I wanted to do was get a measurement from here to the middle of the radius and a distance from here to here. And I think I've gotten pretty close. It's actually relatively square. It's pretty interesting. It's like 40 inches this way to the top of the radius and 40 inches this way. So that's the start of the cage. But the next thing that's going to cost me the least, really cost me nothing except my time to get done on this, is going to be fixing this frame rail right here. And it's really not that bad. The frame rail is really not that terrible. I have it kind of degreased and cleaned up, but you can see that right here it's pushed off from the fender lining, and on this side this is what it's supposed to look like. So my plan is clean this up, get as much of the gunk out of it as possible, and then just kind of throw some weld in there. Probably do like a stitch weld, and then a stitch. And it should be more than plenty. In the future, this entire section will probably get cut out when I go to an angle kit. But for now, stuff like angle kit, chassis mounted shifter, like all the really fun stuff that I want to do has to wait. Like BC coils, all that has to wait because of my budget. So we're already on max peating rods, so that's gonna have to do for probably this entire first season. It's at least I'll be able to be lower than factory. So that's, you know, really where we're at in terms of stuff that is cost free to me, and I can get going on it right now. Okay, here's a better view of the damage. You can see here, and then you can see here how it's supposed to look. Before there's after some welding and grinding. Okay, this is all taped off. We're gonna see what color automotive primer is closest to the car. There's 4 options. Okay. That's pretty damn close. Andrew, what do you think? The one on the right? Or?
No, the one on the far right.
I like the one on the right. The middle one's kind of close though. It's the shadow. Like if you bring it to the light,
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
it's definitely dark here. That's closest. All right, cool.
Almost perfect.
Okay, so we got this all welded up. Everything looks good. Andrew helped out. Much better than it was before. So, just a quick glance at this thing. I'm gonna clean it up. I think I'm gonna end up running the truck manifold for a minute. So, quick shot before I clean it up.
fine.
Okay, we got the intake manifold all cleaned up. I just wiped it down and degreased it and cleaned out the injector holes to make sure that it's ready to go. I cleaned the mating surface on the underside and overall just got it way nicer looking than before. One of the things that a problem I might run into is that the height for the intake with the hood might be too tall. I'll probably just have to run no hood for the first little while until I eventually get an LS6 intake manifold, which will lower that height enough to clear. But I'd rather do the free option of running no hood right now than shelling out that extra money, when in reality the truck intake actually does pretty all right horsepower numbers, especially compared to like the long runner aluminum style intakes you can get off of Amazon and eBay. So this is all good. We're moving in the right direction. Pretty soon, all this will come together. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. We got the intake manifold cleaned up. More importantly, we got the frame rail repaired. We got it painted and welded back up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this stuff. I have tons more content coming out with this M3 build behind me. Upcoming this week, we're working on the roll cage or the half cage, and we're gonna get that all bent up and installed. But that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.